Hello and welcome back to the Popcorn for Dinner podcast. And welcome to our latest episode on our 2023 wrap up. Today we are going to be covering my top 10 list of 2023 and returning to, I'm sure, criticize and chastise me. They are still waiting on that season 2 renewal for The Idol. It's TMT and Eyo. How are you guys doing?
Hi, man.
How are you? Eyo, why are you silent?
You said a lot of things there. First of all, the emphasis on my when he said my top 10 from 2023 was like very violent. It was
No, because
violent.
people will come in expecting
very
to
violent.
get
It was-
TMT's top 10 and Ayo's top 10 as well. But I wanted to just.
It felt like you stuck out a middle finger and stuck it up our noses. That's what it felt like.
No, if anything, I wanted to
That's what you
reduce
did.
all the listeners' expectations right now. Like, it's just my top 10.
My
Like,
top
it's
10.
like Ayo's top 10 is not there, TMT's top 10 is not there. It's just mine to get ready to be disappointed. That was just what I was going
And then
for.
this guy went on to say that we're going to criticize and chastise him. Bro,
But you are going to
have
criticize and chastise
no
me.
idea what is about to come.
You started. This,
You've opened this box.
Ayo, you started the episode by chastising and criticizing.
You
Literally,
want me to
after I
criticize and
said,
chastise me? Nothing I said here is wrong.
Let's go.
You criticized and chastised me last day. I expect you to do it again this year. This is not
I'm charged up now. I'm charged up.
I just want to say
Just
that
wait until I get my to back, but I'm charged up right now.
I really like your like the way you jump into episodes, like that voice you do, where you're like, "Hello." You sound like Stanley Tucci in the Hunger Games.
In the Hunger Games, yeah.
I'll take it.
Yeah, that's true. Hello and welcome back to the Popcorn for Dinner podcast.
That's really
Yeah,
good.
that's pretty good. That's
I know,
a good
I know.
banking impression.
So,
It's because we're friends.
oh, I don't know where to go from there.
Bro, start the episode.
So nothing on the Idol. We're just gonna move past that.
Yeah. That was the least important part of all the things you said.
It wasn't that.
Oh my god. Yeah. What, the Idol?
I think as a society, we tend to live in like, especially with the internet and Twitter and stuff like that, we tend to live in like everyone's like, it's just hyperbole all the time. It wasn't that bad. It wasn't a great show by any stretch of the
It was.
imagination.
No, TMT was.
Yeah.
It was really bad.
It was.
I mean,
it was. It is objectively a bad TV show, but it wasn't again that bad. Yeah, it wasn't
no, because you have to grade. We're grading on a scale.
Yeah,
we're grading on a scale.
I was going to say, like,
it was that bad.
If the Idol was a random,
if it was a movie show or something, maybe.
Yeah, a random Netflix Friday drop that didn't have
I could see
Sam Levinson and The Weeknd and Drake attached. No, Drake is not touched.
No, not Drake.
That's Euphoria.
Sam Levinson, The Weeknd, and Johnny Depp's.
And that supporting cast, and maybe we'll be like, oh, whatever. But like, is it HBO show? Was it HBO Sunday? It literally came after Succession.
After Succession, yeah.
Like, come on.
It was
HBO. HBO does have a thing for like putting out like either really fantastic shows most of the time, or just every now and then they have one that's like not great, and then they just have some absolute.
Yeah, but sometimes I mean, I guess you can see what they were going for with the Idol, and I guess the original. We can't go to the whole thing, but the Amy Simon version might have been more HBO in line and everything. Anyway,
the Idol is, I can see a lot of 11-year-olds, 12-year-olds just really eating that show up. Like, I know
they really shouldn't be watching that show.
Yeah, obviously, but I can imagine a bunch of high school, just like 11 to like 16, 17-year-olds who don't really know what is good.
No, but what you're describing, obviously I haven't watched the Idol, but what you're describing is Entourage. Is the Idol as good as Entourage?
No, it's
exactly.
Absolutely not.
Yeah, so
I don't like this because my friends are really big Entourage people, but also my friends are jocks, and Entourage is not a good show. That's the thing. I don't know.
But it's a show. It's a HBO show that is good for like the 11 to 17-year-old boys.
Yeah,
that's what I'm trying to say.
100%.
But it's better than the Idol, which is what you get. What I'm trying to say. You're putting the Idol in that category, and I don't think Idol should be in that category. I think Idol is just a bad show.
I think guys try to pretend Entourage is as good as it isn't because it was marketed.
They try to pretend it's as good as Gossip Girl, but it's not.
I think it's more compared to like Sex and the City, and it's just not as good as Sex and the City. It's
It's
very random writing. It's just random as fuck.
They thought they ate, but they didn't.
Yeah, they did not. Like this.
Did you guys ever finish Ballers?
No,
actually
not.
I think I did 1 season and I just tapped out.
I think I did 3. I did like at least 2 seasons. At least 2 seasons of Ballers. I like seeing his little shiny head, man. It was fun. It was fun. I tuned in on a Monday morning. Shiny head rock. Wow. This is a nice time.
Okay, let's go into this. So we wrapped up For All Mankind season 4 coverage earlier this month. So please check that out. If you've heard about For All Mankind but you've never watched it, Eyo and I did an episode in December where we explained why you should be watching the show. All spoiler free, of course. We also had a Folabi friend, an old friend, and Chinasa of Is This It Taking fame.
Whoa, we love him.
On the podcast to talk about The Bear, which is at this point firmly the best show on TV, considering all the shows that have stopped airing. Speaking of Chinasa, she was on Problem Man with TMT and Santi earlier this month, so please check that out as well.
I'm just gonna be doing Migos ad-libs.
Yeah, it seems like okay. So the week before Tiansa and Afolabi were on, Eyo TMT and I shared our 5 best TV episodes of the year, which I think check that out. That was really fun. Should we just as always, please rate and review. I'm planning on starting a newsletter in a couple of months, so please sign up to that via our website. The link will be in the episode description. Are you guys ready to go into my top 10 list?
Let's start.
Do you guys think the Nike check is protected by copyright?
It is.
Okay, all right, fair enough.
It is.
All right.
What did you want to use it for?
TMT, I beg.
I had an idea, but no.
Go watch Air. Okay.
Oh my god, did you see that? This guy, Luke Combs, you know this country singer Luke Combs?
I know of him. I think I've seen his face on.
So some lady was selling like mugs or tumblers with his face, and then his company sued her for like $250,000. She sold 12 mugs or 18 mugs.
Holy shit!
Did she have to pay everything?
No, she came and cried on live TV, and he was like, "Whoa, I didn't know this was happening. We're gonna make."
Oh, fair. $250K is insane.
I think he should get his money because the law.
No, but you can reduce the amount.
Nah. Take her to the cleaners.
That's not taken to the cleaner. That's like she doesn't have the money.
Yeah,
she $250K.
I mean, she should have thought about that before she infringed on copyright.
Truly.
Anyways, TMT, I say that just because you
to warn you.
Yeah, beg, don't
trust me, Nike's lawyers are probably more litigious than Luke Combs' lawyers.
You know, it goes back to like the Combs family, like Luke Combs.
Oh my god!
Here we go, man.
These guys they're all ruthless businessmen. Like it's in their blood, and you know you shouldn't.
Who are the other Combs you call?
Can I?
Sean Combs, Puffy.
Oh shit!
Oh, what did you think he was?
Do you remember that time? Puffy tried to get the handle Sean Combs.
Yeah, that was funny.
Remember that.
From Sean's Combs.
From Sean's Combs. And he said my combs are really good.
I think we live in the worst universe in the multiverse.
Yeah, we've definitely been through a lot of things that I would consider the darkest timeline.
Just speaking about, since you guys brought him up, so obviously I rewatched one of the episodes on my top 5 of the year was the R.I.P. Lil Dicky episode from Dave. Yeah. So I rewatched that to do the episode, and there's a point in the episode when, spoiler alert, when Dave's boss, tour bus, blows up. I think Gator is trying to record, and I think Gator says it's real bad boy shit. And at the time it was just funny, but then looking back now I'm like, did they know? Considering we knew Diddy had the proclivity for blowing up cars.
Everybody knew.
I just thought he meant bad boy as a bad boy, but did he mean bad boy as a bad boy?
Diddy. They all meant Diddy. They always knew. You don't hang boys out the window and boys not know.
And nobody.
Yeah, you don't dangle Wale out. Nobody knows.
It's like that episode of Atlanta where we're like, surely Donald Glover has seen this happen when the guy just leaves the studio to let his guy beat up the producer. Like that's not a thing that you just create. Somebody has seen this happen in
real life. That's real life.
Okay, so my top 10. I want to quickly just shout out Gillian Jacobs, because I was going through this list and I realized that she was on 4 shows that I watched this year. That I watched and liked: Invincible, Minx, Winning Time, and The Bear. Which was like, I was like, oh, well, fair enough. You were working this year. John Hamm was on 3. Good Omens, Morning Show, and Fargo.
You watched Good Omens?
Yeah, what Good Omens? It's like, I don't
slapper.
like. Yeah, that's, well, yeah. I mean,
crazy to me. I didn't even know you liked the first season.
Yeah, you know, I like the first thing, but I watched Good Omens, like, trust me, like months after it came out. Like, it's not I rushed to watch Good Omens kind of show. I enjoyed it.
It's never really a priority watch for me.
Yeah, it's not a priority. It was like, yeah, I really like Michael Sheen and David Tennant.
I don't know why they're shitting on your show like this.
Which show? I just said I like Good Omens.
Shout out Bezos, me and my boys love Bezos. Big A for Amazon.
There are a bunch of other people that had, but like surprising one, which was like, I was like, how does this happen? Nick Blood, who played Lance Hunter on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. He was on like 2 shows this year, Rain Dogs and Slow Horses. I was like, oh, this is good on you. Yeah, come back.
What's his name?
Nick Blood.
I like that.
An incredible name. Nick Blood, and his superhero name was Lance Hunter. I was like, oh, this is so boring. Like, your name is literally Nick Blood.
Who was the other Slow Horses?
He is the guy from Chieftain.
Oh, the one that escaped.
Yeah.
That guy is an idiot. Well, yeah.
Okay.
I remember.
Okay, stop. Thank you. What's your top 10?
Yeah, my top 10. Are you ready to chastise and criticize?
No.
Can I give you a few honorable mentions? Or should I do that after?
I'm going to be very loving and caring and handle you with a lot of sensitivity. Let's start.
Pardon? Should I give my honorable mentions now or after?
After.
You sure?
When you do 5, then give your honorable mentions.
And look at you structuring it, producing it. I'll do it honorably. Okay, my honorable. Okay, I have
a corporate job.
My number 10 show is a show that I don't think Eyo has seen. I don't think Eyo would like, but I know TMT saw and liked. My number 10 show is the Amazon Freevee show Jury Duty. This ticks all my like theater, improv, nerd boxes. Okay, so anyone who doesn't know Jury, I'll try to avoid spoilers on this episode, but Jury Duty is kind of like an improv hidden camera show in which this random person is brought in to be a member of a jury. But every other person in the jury is an actor. The case is fake. The lawyers are fake. The judge is fake. Everything is just fake. But then he doesn't know that obviously things kind of ratchet up in terms of weirdness and uncomfortability. James Marsden, who you might know from the X-Men franchise or Enchanted, he plays himself. So he's like Westworld. Yeah, true. He plays James. Yeah, people know him from Enchanted. People that watch Enchanted like Enchanted and know him from Enchanted.
The main character knows him from Sonic.
That's so funny. That's so funny. Yeah, and he plays this like heightened douchey version of himself, and it's just so good. And I think the best thing about the show is that, and I was watching it not realizing that this was the point of the show until the end, but like the main character, the guy who's a real person, is just, he's so good. Like, he's such a good person. He's so pure and so, in a way that you feel like there's no way somebody can actually, like, if they wrote this as a character, like, oh, this is unrealistic. But like, yeah, it's such a good. And then the point of the show turns out to be that. Yeah.
He shows like moments of like pettiness. But like I think that's what like how it highlights how good he is. Because there are moments where he's really, really upset with James Marsden.
But he just kind of like,
and he's just
pushes
like,
it down and like,
yeah, he's like this is the worst man ever. But then also he just like, he's human, so he forgives quickly, and
yeah,
it's a beautiful thing. Honestly, that show is amazing.
Yeah,
I'm definitely going to watch it. I'm surprised that Banky thought I wouldn't like it.
I don't know you of someone like that likes improv stuff and like things like that.
I don't know. I think I like it.
I know you dabbled with watching SNL, but you never really watched SNL religiously like that.
It's not even like SNL.
I don't dabble with anything.
It's like an episode of Punk'd that lasts weeks.
And I love Punk'd.
Okay, fair enough. With better actors.
Great. I guess Punk'd is a good comparison, yeah. But yeah, I really enjoyed it. It took me like an episode to get. This was the period where I don't know if you remember where I told you we had just got off like Succession, Barry, like that kind of thing, and I was finding it difficult to actually get into shows because nothing was like
I remember
nothing was hitting me, and I was like this. I was like, what are all of this? Ew. So I started Judy. Then I had to go back later. I was like, okay, I've cleansed my palate. But yeah, so
was it my tweet about it that made you start?
I think you posted on Instagram. Yeah. And I already knew about it. I was like, okay, this is my sign to go out and start the thing where they like ask James Marsden, have you ever said on the jury before? And he's like, yeah. And he's like, where? It's like the Cannes Film Festival.
Okay, I'm watching it.
Oh my god. Okay. My number 9 show is Hijack, a British show that we feared was going to be an American show. Yes, yeah, I know. I had a feeling you would appreciate that. Sorry? Yeah, it's Idris Elba show. Yes, he's in that.
Wasn't he in Plane as well? Oh no, that was
no, that was Jared Portland, the guy who dabbed. What's his name?
Oh, Cage, Michael.
I have opened a can of worms by bringing up that because TMT loves that scene so much. TMT loves when Luke Cage dabbed. Mike Coulter, I know him as Lemon Bishop though. The intellectual's name as Lemon Bishop.
You know, like every time I think about Mike Coulter's Luke Cage dab, I discover a different thing. So now I was just dabbing, and I remember that he was dabbing to like jazz music. You remember, like they were playing soul music in the background, and I think there's like a break and like a do, and then he just dabbed.
I knew I'd open a can of worms.
Oh.
Hijack.
Okay, Hijack. That's very, very interesting. I didn't think it was going to make your top 10. Go ahead.
Yeah, so I mean, we mentioned this kind of 2 weeks ago, but like, top 10 might not be the best shows of the year, but definitely my favorite shows of the year. And I think Hijack, I felt like I enjoyed Hijack too much to not include it on this list. And I think like it's one of those shows where, I mean, we said it, and like I can go. I don't want to speak for you, but most of my enjoyment for the show was the sheer surprise, because we thought it was going to be an American show. Like we thought we knew what this show was going to be, and then it was like a very British show. And I mean that in terms of quality, like a very British 7-episode show where it's just like The Bodyguard, like those kind of shows.
Well, good writing.
Subtle but exciting.
Yeah, and I think something like Hijack is that like the floor is so high. Like it did so many things well that I don't think it did many things badly. Does that make sense? Like there are not many things pulling it down. Just like I really enjoyed this. Like so, even when it hit the floor, because the floor was so high and everything else was so high, I could just like disregard it. If that makes it was like, okay, I don't care about this plot, but it's to be done in 5 minutes. So I just really enjoyed Hijack. Those 7 weeks were so fun. I was like, why would I not put this on my top 10? I really, really enjoyed the show.
What streamer?
For anyone who doesn't know,
Apple TV.
Apple TV.
Okay.
Apple TV Plus. So anyone who doesn't know.
Sorry. Yeah. What did Elon Musk say when he walked into Twitter headquarters to buy Twitter and turn it into X?
What did he say?
He said, "Let that sink in."
Hijack.
He brought it sink. Oh, did he? Oh, yeah, he said that too.
Wait, did he actually say it? I thought that was a joke.
Hijack.
I think he tweeted Hijack.
Oh.
The one I remember though is the sink.
I know the sink one. Yeah, I thought I was setting up. I wanted to hear TMT joke. Oh, so Hijack. Idris Elba plays a negotiator. Oh, was he a negotiator he plays? Yeah, business negotiator who is on a plane from I think Dubai to the UK that is hijacked. It's a 7-hour flight. The show covers each hour of that 7-hour flight.
It's 24.
Yeah, it's basically 24 but 7. Yeah, it's like, again, it's a really interesting, exciting hijack show. Think Liam Neeson's Nonstop, which is probably my favorite Liam Neeson, like from those he's like that he's run. So think Liam Neeson's Nonstop, but a 7-hour show. Yeah, do you want to say anything about Hijack?
I liked Hijack. I liked it a lot. I don't know if it would have made my top 10, but yeah, like you said, the floor was very high, and I think a lot of the enjoyment for this show was based on me expecting it to be nonstop and just be a little stupid, but it ended up not being stupid.
Yeah, it's really good.
No, I want to watch it. I'm adding it to my list.
Watch it. It's actually good. I think the first 3 episodes are like very, very strong.
Yeah. it definitely stands. And I think the finale is also quite good.
Yeah.
So so that's 4 out of 7. So
yeah, man. Pass mark.
Yeah. Okay, my number 8 is Dave. This was a really good season for me that also had the benefit of featuring Chloe Bennett, who, speaking of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., Jesus Christ. In Eyo's words, it's quote unquote a great season and quote unquote the best sitcom of the year.
It is the best sitcom of
Those
the year.
are Eyo's exact words. Yeah, I mean, Dave, we spoke about Dave last week, 2 weeks ago when we did the top 5. It was on my top 5. The middle part, there's a run of like 4 or 5 episodes that it's just insane. Even by Dave standards, the guest list this season is just on a different level. Like
It's
he
a
has
bit
Rich,
bonkers.
yeah. I wanted to say the point, but like he has Richard McAdams playing a multi-episode arc. Brad Pitt is basically supporting character in the finale.
He's here for a long time.
Yeah, having a great time.
So funny.
I don't know. Should we say there's a character that Dave is obsessed with? That makes an appearance. Should we say that? Is that can we say it or should we keep it?
No.
Just keep it.
I think watch it.
Yeah, watch it.
It's a really good payoff.
Yeah, there's a Met Gala episode in which he just calls him out of favors. Yeah. Like Don Cheadle, who is always great in anything he's in, is there.
Jack Harlow is also excellent in that episode.
Yeah, he is in that episode. I think Machine Gun Kelly's in that episode as well. Yes. Phineas is in that episode. Yeah, so there's a run of like, I think there's an episode from The Storm, which I think is 4 to like 8 or 9, where it's just like an incredible run of just excellent writing and TV. Yeah, so Dave is my number 8 show.
Approved. I really like that. It would have made my top 10.
Okay. My number 7. Okay, maybe I think I know where you would fight with it though. But like, so my number 7 is a show that I'm gonna let TMT just talk about. TMT, I'll give you the room to talk about this show. My number 7 is Daisy Jones and the Six. Oh, my number 7 is Daisy Jones and the Six. TMT, do you want to talk about this show?
Are we allowed to play copyright written music on the show?
No.
Just do it. Whoa,
no, don't do it. I do not have. What does that even mean? What do they do? Please, can you not do that? Just can you?
What they do? Banky, what would they do?
I do not want to find out.
They can't do you anything.
They can do me so many. You just told me about someone that was sued for 250 grand.
Yeah, because she was selling stuff. You're not selling anything.
I'm selling myself.
That's true. You're actually not selling anything.
I'm selling shit, man.
I don't know.
Please talk about this. Let's talk about this 6.
Baby. Do you
don't
know
sing
who
songs
you
from the
show. Dana. Do you know? I didn't know that the woman who plays Daisy Jones is Elvis's granddaughter.
Yeah.
That's fucking nuts, man. Also,
and I think she was also
like wife.
She's what?
No, she's not.
No, hold on. Let me land. Jesus Christ.
In the terminal list. I'm sure it's going to say some shit about the terminal list.
Riley Keough is not in the terminal list.
Wife in the terminal list. Holy shit! Thank
is she
you.
Actually in the terminal list?
She is. She
so
dies
random.
In the first episode. What?
Oh no! They fridged her. Oh.
Yeah, and then she haunts him as a ghost for the rest of the episode. For the rest of the season, they have a daughter together.
Riley Keough doing terminal is such an obvious money grab.
Let me explain.
Considering what she does as her rules.
Let me explain to you guys what happens in the terminal list, basically. So she dies, Daisy Jones, and Chris Pratt has to avenge her. He has to avenge her and avenge his daughter, who she dies with, because they're killed by the military. The reason why the military killed her and his daughter is they're trying to kill Chris Pratt. Why are they trying to kill Chris Pratt? Because he's a Navy SEAL, and they tried an experimental drug on him and his unit that basically prevents soldiers from having PTSD. But they tried the drug without their knowledge, and they gave all of them brain tumors. So to cover their mistakes, they set them up in Syria, and everyone except Chris Pratt survives. So he goes back home, but he doesn't know that they were set up. And then while he's home, he has this he's been having headaches and stuff like that. So he goes to get an MRI, and then they try and kill him. A bunch of Mexican Narcos try to kill him. So he kills them because he's a fucking badass Navy SEAL, prodigious almost in his ability to inflict violence on other people. And then he goes home and he finds his family dead. So he teams up with his best friend, who's a CIA agent, also played by Taylor Kish from Friday Night Lights. Clear eyes, blue eyes, can't lose. And then goes to like they go to Mexico, they kill the narcos. Then they find out the narcos are paid by a pharmaceutical company in America. They kill the pharmaceutical company's like top guys. And then they find out that the pharmaceutical company were bribing Navy guys for the experiments to even happen. So right now I'm in the episode where he's trying to kill the Navy guys. But anyway, Daisy Jones and the Six is a great show. You should watch
Thank
it.
God. Just can you talk about Division of the Six?
That was amazing. I'm on the terminal list Wikipedia page now. Constance Wu is in it. Is in this.
That track, that makes sense.
So is Jai Courtney, who just looks like this is the kind of show Jai Courtney would be in.
Oh,
Yeah.
he's an insanely amazing douchebag in this show. Like,
Is
I
he
can't
American?
Yes, he's like his character is so fucking funny because his character is like a billionaire CEO, but he's from like an army family, but he was good at school. So his SAT because of his SAT scores, he got like scholarships and stuff like that. But the thing is, like, he loves like because he grew up around military people, he loves to cosplay as them. So like as a hobby, he trains with like army guys and Navy SEALs, like all their
As a hobby.
tactics. And guy, like when when
As a
he
hobby.
yeah, what do you say?
I said as a hobby.
As a hobby, yeah, like just to cosplay and feel like guy, he has like tattoos that army guys get, even though he never served. Like he's such a bitch ass nigga. Like it's so funny.
God.
It's so funny. He's
Why are
obsessed.
we talking about Terminal List, man? It didn't even come out in 2023. Can we move on?
That's
Yeah,
true. That's true.
yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
sorry. Daisy Jones and the Six.
Yeah,
TMT.
no,
You have
Daisy
the
Jones
floor.
and the Six, man. That shit was fly too, bro.
It's fucking fire,
But
man.
speaking of Riley Keough, yeah, you're right. She's obviously Presley's granddaughter, but
Yeah.
she's also like her mom also married Michael Jackson.
Oh
So
yeah.
there'll also be a period where she also like lived in Michael Jackson's house, essentially.
That's crazy.
So when she'd have been like 6 or 7, I think, around that time.
Damn.
But yeah.
Okay, Banky, do you want to talk about Daisy Jones and the Six?
Yes. The show that was actually on my top 10 list. This is a show about a band playing music. That's all I need. I need like live music, and I'm fine.
So Camp Rock? What?
Yes, but you made it seem like I wasn't a Camp Rock fan. Of course, I was a Camp Rock fan. No, I mean, like, I think it's a show that I binged. So the benefit of binging a show like this is that there are probably some parts that are bad, but I just quickly gloss over them because very quickly they're singing a new song that I love. And I can skip an episode. I can just mentally skip it. So I really enjoyed the show. I think Riley Keough and Sam Claflin are great. I kind of like, even though I think some of them are terrible as in characters, but I was kind of invested in, I think, all the band members and just kind of like, what are you going to do? Even though I don't like some of them, I was like, oh, this is quite interesting. I think Suki Waterhouse, I liked what was going on with her. Yeah. Who else was there? Oh yeah. Yeah, what's her name again?
Camilla.
Her real name? Camilla, yeah.
Her name
No, I was talking about her real name. Yeah. Okay. No, I really enjoyed it. I just love the music. I know this is gonna be very plebby of me, and I know like was obviously Fleetwood and Mac, but I do not like know about Fleetwood and Mac, so that's like I'm sorry, but like because every time I saw her performing, the first thing that always came to my mind was like, and you can tell me if I'm wrong because you're the music guy. I was just always thinking about Florence.
I know because her hair is red though.
But like also the way she dressed.
That too.
Yeah, and I was always thinking about Florence, and obviously I know it's Fleetwood Mac and everything. But yeah, I really liked the show. It was it was way more fun than I thought it was going to be. When I saw like the first trailer, so
fair.
I didn't think it was going to be a fun show because we were meant to cover it on the podcast, but then the person that was meant to cover it with me, she works at Amazon. So we weren't sure if there was like a conflict of interest there, and then they never got back to her. So we had to do a different show. But so we never covered it. But so I was always scared that it was going to be. I think I'm happy we didn't cover it. That way I could have been. I was able to binge it. But yeah, it was just a lot more fun than I thought it was going to be.
I thought it was a lot more emotionally engaging than I thought it was going to be. I didn't think I would care about the characters or even the plot that much.
How did you feel about the How I Met Your Mother ending?
That was what I was coming to. I was like, that's the only thing that I think lets me down a little bit. Although I do think they handled it in a much better way than How I Met Your Mother handled it.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's the only thing that like left a sour taste in my mouth from this show. I really, really enjoyed watching it though. It was so engaging, so engaging. Also, did you know Camila Moroni dated Leonardo DiCaprio?
No, but that kind of tracks. She looks like the kind of person that that kind of tracks actually.
Guess
How
how
old
old
is
she
she?
is now?
26?
She's 26 now.
Is she actually 26?
She's 26 now.
That's very good acting because she does not look 20. Like, she doesn't feel 26 in the show.
She feels younger?
Older.
Okay, yeah.
I'd have thought she was in her 30s.
No, she's 26.
Just as an actor. Oh, that's Leo.
Leo,
never beating the allegations, man.
never
beating the allegations. But yeah, that was my number 7 is Days June and the Six. A show that I really, really enjoyed and just had a great time watching.
Approved. I too really enjoyed and had a great time watching.
Okay, my number 6 is a show that we actually did mention.
It would have been really good if your number 6 was Days June and the Six, but
actually no, I didn't think about it at the time, but it was actually my number 6, and this show was actually my number 7. But I switched them because I felt like this show was better. Okay. And I didn't if I realized at the time, I would have left them with the just for symmetry. But my number 6 is a show that we talked about when we did the top 5 because I had an episode on that list. My number 6 is The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel. We've already spoken about it. We had a whole episode about it. We spoke about it 2 weeks ago. But I won't say too much again about it, but I'll just say again, #Free Palestine. TMT, do you have any thoughts on Mrs. Maisel? And Jewish supremacy?
Whoa. Loaded question.
I didn't know we were going to get into
It's a great show. Top 5 of all, like not all time, but how many seasons did the show have?
5 seasons.
5, yeah.
That show feels like 2 seasons, and that's just a solid show.
It is so solid. It's solid, yeah.
It's airtight, you know.
Is it the best show Amazon has made?
Ever produced?
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
what are the contenders? I think so.
It's certainly not Rings of Power.
It's that or The Boys.
The Boys is what, season 4?
They are going into season 4.
Season 4. Okay, yes, I guess it's down with The Boys. The Boys.
Might be The Boys.
I think they are parts. I think they are parts of The Boys that are not good, but we forget them.
Yeah. I think
and that's fair.
yeah, I agree.
But Mrs. Maisel, like my housemate is rewatching it, and I'm excited to rewatch it with them because like it's just so good. Like not rewatching, she's watching for the first time. I'm just excited to rewatch it because like it just holds up, man. It's fun. It's just I really Mrs. Maisel final season.
It's not just the writing, the performances are insane. The set,
the directing is ridiculous. Yeah, like
is crazy. Like
costuming is mad.
Because
it's honestly.
They do everything excellently. It's
unnecessary. Like it could have coasted of being like a 40-minute funny show
with cutting writing.
Yeah, and then but they were like, no, we're gonna and good acting. They were like, no, we're gonna have great acting. We're gonna have 60 minutes. We're gonna direct the shit out of this thing. It's gonna look great. Everyone's good. Like, yeah, no. We have had a whole episode talking about Mrs. Maisel. Check on our feed. That'll probably come out in like June, maybe around that time. So please check on our feed. We spoke about Mrs. Maisel in the finale. Eyo spoke about the final episode 2 weeks ago, 4 minutes, which is just incredible. She's really good in like the last half hour of the episode. But yeah, so my number 6 is Marvelous Mrs. Maisel. My number 5. So I should actually know. Oh yes, honorable mentions. That's true. Okay, let me say something first. So this year was interesting because last year obviously I watched 71 plus shows and we talked about how we're doing the top 10 and it was very difficult because there were the obvious 2 or 3, but then after that it was just like so many were so good that I didn't really know how to fit them in. This year was kind of the opposite. So this year I watched about 50, 55, 57.
So you slacked.
I don't even think there were that many. Like there are maybe like 5 that I wanted to watch but I haven't watched it, and I'll probably watch sort of next year, right? But I think there were definitely less shows this year than last year, or less shows of note, right? Like but what was the mayor of East Town of this year? Or was that was them last year? That was 2 years ago. But you get my point. Like I don't know. Maybe, I mean, obviously, I think part of it, lots of shows that were meant to come out in the second half of the year.
American Gigolo.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, what was the Under the Banner of Heaven of this year? What was the cop one? The Wayne Jenkins one again.
We Own the City.
We Own the City. What was that? Like, we didn't have those shows this year. And I think maybe, obviously, part of that is half of shows that were meant to come out in the second half of the year didn't come out mostly because of strikes and stuff like that. A lot of shows were moved and things like that. But it's just like we didn't have that. We didn't have. I think we had much less shows this year. But yeah, I had my top.
Yeah, forgetting one of we got a really solid cop show this year.
Which is
Loki season 2.
I mean, fair. Is that a cop show, or a detective show?
It's a body cop comedy. Like
it's a body cop comedy. Loki is it's not my honorable mention, but it's a show that like definitely was in my like 20 long list, and I considered it strongly. Okay, but so my point was like I had my top 3 or 4, right? Yes, that was easy. That was like I just rattled those out, and they also. But then, from like 6 to 20, I just didn't like. I wasn't. Obviously, I've done 6 to 10. These are shows that we all really, really liked and everything. And then once I started thinking about them, they all just started falling into place. But it wasn't as difficult as it was last year. Does that make sense? Last year, I was like, oh, where would this show go? Where would this show? Where's Under the Banner of Heaven going to go? Where's Beyond the City going to go? Like, oh, this year, just like, once I just started thinking, it just started falling into place. And it was a bit disappointing. I think this year was definitely worse in terms of TV than last year. Obviously, again, strikes play an important part. But just in terms of quality, things like Silo, I would have wanted to be my top 10, but the eventual products did not push me like that.
That's fair.
So yeah, and then even again, there's obviously the whole pre-Emmys rush. Because what I did, I just wrote out all the shows I watched, and then I would just like randomly asterisk what I think should be in the top 10. And then when I did that, it came out to 22, I think.
Okay.
And then 15 came out before May, and 7 came out between May and now. So it's just like everything was just so top heavy this year. Okay, and then honorable mentions. My honorable mentions are all comedies, which was quite surprising actually. Honorable mention, I think this season of Only Murders was very good. I preferred it much more to season 2. Did you not like this season? Yeah.
Interesting. I watched season 2 and 3 back to back this year.
Okay.
I didn't actually finish season 2 last year. I don't remember distinguishing between the two. I think I might have actually preferred season 2, to be fair.
Yeah. I think I'm in the middle of season. I think I finished season 2. I'm in the middle of season 3.
I think I preferred season 2. I feel like I liked where the story ended up in season 2 a lot more than where the story ended up in season 3.
Where did the story end up in season 2? Season 2 is the one with the blackout.
Yeah. The podcasting assistant was actually.
So you mean the resolution?
Yeah, like how it ended.
Okay. I think you meant like the characters. Yeah. No, I think my thing was season 2, and it was difficult for me to start season 2 because I remember just not liking any of the new characters and actors.
Yeah.
Like it was Amy Schumer, Cara Delevingne. I was like, I don't know. None of this is like interesting. And it got better when all of those characters took back seats and we focused on our. This season, I think, obviously, when you have Meryl Streep and Paul Rudd, like you have an easier route into. Yeah, you have an easier route into us liking those characters. So I enjoyed this season a lot more. I think this is like. I realized in this list that I was punishing shows that were steady and consistent. That like were just like reliable, and I was like, oh, why am I doing that? So I just like Only Murders is a show that's very reliable, and I just wanted to just shout it out. The other show I wanted to shout out is Shrinking, which I know you're a big fan of.
Yes, that would have been in my top 10.
Yeah, that's a show that I think there are some points when I lost a bit of verve for it, and I don't know. I think that was the personal thing. I don't think that was about the quality. So that's probably why I didn't make my top 10. Yeah, 100%. No, but it's a show that I'm a big fan of Jason Segel. So much so that I watch Dispatches of Elsewhere. So, like, I like him a lot. I've always liked him a lot.
That is a testament of love. I can't lie.
Yes. I don't know that guy that was in.
Was it a bad show?
No, it wasn't a bad show. It wasn't a bad show. I can't tell you what it was about. By all metrics, it was good. Like, by whatever metric you use to judge things, like, reviews and things like that, and I understood it for most part, and then in the end I was like, sure, you guys do you.
I think we need to do an episode on really, really good but like very short-lived shows.
Oh, I mean, do you mean excluding limited series?
Yes, like shows that like Firefly, like
Limitless.
Limitless is our number one pick.
Limitless will always be my pick.
The OA, the AO, the OA,
the OA,
yeah,
the OA.
The OA.
That's incredible.
That Yoruba man.
There's a show that what's a show? That's a show. It's limited. No, I'm sure you're right. You're right. That's a good episode. And I'm sure there are shows that I need to go back. I'm sure there are shows that I miss that I wish should have got longer.
Yeah.
A longer stay. So yeah, shrinking. But wasn't Lovecraft meant to be a limited series? But I don't even know if like.
Yeah,
also, can we?
I don't think I need more of it.
Yeah, just in the current climate.
Yeah, probably.
Shout out Michelle Obama, man.
Yo, shout out Corelli Scott King.
Shout out Corelli.
I am a great man.
Wow.
I am a great man. Okay, so Shrinking is I think Shrinking is like, I know I said that there's some parts where I wavered, but like I genuinely think this is like a really good show, 100%. Like I really enjoyed it. I think Harrison Ford plays my favorite type of guy in a comedy. I realized that is my favorite character. Like it's like the Ed O'Neill character from Modern Family. Like
Grumpy
and the younger version is like Nick Miller from New Girl. Like it's just like that is my favorite character on all comedies, 100%. So yeah. I think Harrison Ford
is also.
I was gonna get to her. She's so good. She's so good.
I love her.
She's so good.
I love my wife too. Shout out my wife.
Shout out your wife. Yeah.
Show, right?
Yeah, that was kind of where I met her. When I first saw her, and then obviously she was on season 2 of Love Life. She looks so good on Shrinking.
Fine-ass woman.
Like,
I didn't see anything. I just know that she acted very well.
Fantastic Beast.
She's in Fantastic Beast.
Yeah, she is. She is. I actually really like her in Fantastic Beast.
She has this like crazy like mid-trans.
Is it British?
Accent. No.
I don't know what it is.
I don't know what it is. This is how she sounds. No, you know what she sounds like? She sounds like. Do you remember Legend of Korra?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You remember when they would do previously, and it was just that guy with that voice, that old-timey voice. It's like.
Oh yeah, the radio announcer. Yeah.
Previously on Legends of Korra, Korra finds out. That's how she sounded. It's fucking bizarre. You should watch it. It's so funny.
I'll look for it on YouTube.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, you know how your agenda is, how like there are no more procedurals.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think what you never mentioned, and I think what's a sister argument to this, and it by the fact that you called Dave the best sitcom of the year, is that there are no more sitcoms.
That's
like actual sitcoms, like
what
situational comedies.
Or do we just not watch them?
Okay, they are not that we care about. They are still procedurals. What are you talking about? Do you want to check CBS? They are still procedurals.
Are they good procedurals?
That's what I mean. Like the CBS family is doing. So my point, yeah. And the one I want to shout out, I haven't finished it. I think I'm on an episode left. But it's Primo. It's on Amazon Freevee. It's from Shea Serrano, who, if you guys maybe listen to the podcast, you might know him from The Ringer. He's also a writer. But it's from Shea and Mike Schur from Parks and Rec and The Good Place. So like Bonafide. Mm-hmm. It's kind of based, I think, on Shea Serrano's life, but it's about a Mexican family living in Texas, I believe. Yes. And single mom, young son, and 5 uncles. So that's like the premise. Straight up, we go in. It's fun. It's cute. It's heartwarming. It's like what you want from those kind of sitcoms. Like what you want when you're eating dinner, 20 minutes. Like you just want to spend time with these people.
Sorry, but what makes a sitcom to you guys?
Like what? As in, what makes a sitcom good, or just what makes a sitcom?
What makes a
sitcom? What makes something a sitcom?
Oh, yeah. Low stakes comedy. Situational
20-30 minutes.
Yeah, like situational comedy, not giving me like a long multi-season story like Dave or Atlanta or Barry or whatever. Like just reset every episode. Parks and Rec, The Office.
I don't think there's any less sitcoms. I think the sitcom. I mean, I love the Goldberg.
Mm-hmm.
Is that still running?
I think it just ended.
Yeah, maybe just ended, but that show was brilliant. I really like.
Is that the end of your honorable mentions?
Yeah. So no, but just back to TMT thing about it. Yeah, I think sitcoms like reset every episode, low stakes, just funny, no big questions being asked about life.
No
Just
crazy
want to enjoy 20 minutes about this character with these characters while I eat my dinner.
And I think it's like
yeah,
it's about there being in different situation every episode. That's why
yeah, like a plot, B plot. Like I think Good Place is probably the last great one that I remember. I didn't watch Goldberg, I didn't watch Fish Off the Boat. So Good Place is probably the last like great one. I was like, oh, this is up there, one of my best shows of the year kind of situation. Yeah. So my number 6 is that's one of my three honorable mentions. My number 6 is what's my number 6? My number 6 is Mrs. Maisel, Free Palestine. My number 5 is a show that literally crashed my top 10, and it was a show that I realized I was punishing it for being steady, and I was like, I'm really enjoying this season. Why am I not? I was like, oh, because it's a show like this.
Can we guess?
I think you get it, but yeah, guess.
Is this Slow
Horses? Yeah, it is Slow Horses.
I fucking knew it.
My number 5 is Slow Horses. You've not watched this season, have you?
I have, and I've really enjoyed it. You know what I said about Slow Horses? That I usually leave it until it's like a show of last resort.
Yeah.
But I watched the first episode of this season. I'm like, fuck it, man, let's go in. I'm down. It's good.
Because it's funny, I was going to mention two things you said. Yeah, I was going to mention two things you said about Slow Horses. That's the second thing I was going to mention. The first thing is when you talk about it season 1, just like it does everything well.
Yeah.
And this is like show, like again, talking about shows that have low floor. This floor is basically on the 87th floor. Like it's just a really, really, really high floor.
How big is the building?
Like 88.
That's what the
crazy. Some money.
I mean, luckily I had the benefit. Like obviously, I want to put this about benefit of finishing the season before recording this. So I wanted to make sure I'd finished it before recording this episode. And yeah, it's just from the first episode, it doesn't let up. Like there are points where you're like, okay, this is the point where you've done the whatever. I'm not going to spoil the season. You can watch Slow Horses season 3. You can watch it without watching anything else. Like literally every season is a new case. It's fine. You can go back and watch the rest if you really enjoy it. You might be like, oh, this thing has lasted 2 episodes. It's going to be a downturn. They're like, no. There's a new thing. We keep on going. And it's like, it doesn't let up all season. I really, really enjoyed this season. I mean, we can say the usual stuff about Gary Oldman being great because he's great, whatever. I think this is the best conspiracy I've enjoyed. And apparently this is kind of like in line with how the books are. Like the book are like the first book is really good, second is good, but not as good, and the third is just great, and it just keeps on going like that. So I don't know, I really, really enjoyed this season. Yeah, the pace is just keeps on going, doesn't stop. And I really enjoyed
I've watched I think the first 4 episodes and I'm loving it so far.
Yeah.
No criticizing or chastising on that pick.
Okay, I don't know if you criticize and chastise my last 4 then. Maybe I might get through this. Maybe I'll get through this without.
Now you had to challenge me. You didn't have to challenge me, but now you have. So,
I mean, you can criticize out of the love of the game.
Yeah.
Kids.
Yes.
No one gets podcast mics if you guys keep this behavior up.
I don't even have one.
But isn't this good podcast? TMT, talk about Slow Horses. I know you really like this show. Talk about
you love Slow Horses, don't you?
Real Tigers.
Have you read the books?
No, but I like the names. I didn't like the first thing I named after animals. So the first one is Slow Horses.
Yeah.
The second one is Real Tigers.
Dead Lions,
and stuff like that.
Dead Lions, second one. Third one is Real Tigers. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So I mean, I love that show. It's fucking insane. It's just like so. It's fucking perfect. I think.
Yeah.
The thing is, I like River is. It's just a bizarre show. I don't know why. Like, because I think Jackson Lamb is a sort of corruption of George Smiley. Which is funny because he's played them both, right? Gary Oldman. And
I need to watch that, man.
Oldman is such a good last name.
Yeah.
But imagine being like 9. Like Gary Oldman. It's just so unnecessary.
Yeah. No, it's beautiful. It's just like because Jackson Lamb is like these guys. Like imagine MI5. They put this guy and they put him in charge of the worst unit, and the unit they like respect the least. But like everyone who is good at intelligence is genuinely terrified of Jackson Lamb.
Yeah. Actually, sorry, I should mention, just if you don't know what Slow Horses is, it's a show based around the worst MI5 agents. So they take the worst and they throw them into a place in Slough House and they call them the Slow Horses for obvious reasons. And then somehow conspiracies fall in their laps, and then the worst agents have to solve them.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, okay, so when you watch,
and the head is really good. He's
just there because
categorically not the worst agent.
Yeah, he can't be asked. Well,
I think that's another thing about the show is that it kind of talks about like bureaucracy and just like how what's the word? How bureaucratic the civil service is in the UK, in the sense that everyone in Slough House objectively is actually quite good. They just made one mistake or they had one unfortunate circumstance. But they're all, if you look at most of the agents, they're actually very talented people.
Yeah.
In some aspects.
But and then you have someone like...
They're not well-rounded enough to...
They're not well... yeah.
But then you have someone like Spider who is just well presented. Yeah. But is probably very bad at his job.
Exactly.
But he manages to do well at MI5 because he knows how to window dress.
Yeah. And then you have,
I think...
Like River is objectively like a James Bond, but like he's just
he's also stupid.
Well, this is his most competent season. He's been very bad at points in season 2. He was not smart.
He was very stupid.
He was not smart in season 2.
I don't think River is stupid. I think River is very observant. He's very clever. I think he's just easy to manipulate because
he is.
Yeah. That's not a good thing for an agent.
No. But it depends on if you know him. So basically, if you know what, like everyone has a different thing. Like River's thing is that he's constantly looking for approval.
Yeah,
and it's either
for obvious reasons.
For a long time it was from his grandfather, then Jackson.
He has daddy issues.
Yeah, the service in general. He's constantly looking for validation, and I think Jackson knows that, but he also trusts him. Because the thing about Jackson is, like in this current season now, like Jackson, he probably values loyalty more than anything. And no matter how stupid he thinks River is, no matter how the thing is, Jackson rates River. He rates him because he saw what River did just to protect what's her name?
Standish.
Yeah, it's just to get Standish back. And like, no matter how stupid you are, he's going Jackson's going to value stuff like that.
Because he's useful.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he said that he would have done the same thing, but then he would have killed them after.
Exactly.
So like,
yeah.
Quick shout out Freddie Fox, who plays Spider. Great performance, love him. He's so smarmy, hate him so much. But then, like, he's another person that has been in multiple because he was also in the Greats this season for me as well. A show Greats is a show that was really close to my top 10, like really, really close.
It's not?
Like, yeah, I'm sorry to say that, but I was gonna say because it's like, well, almost at the end, and if you think you know my last 4, but yeah, it's like it was a show that was really close. And apparently he's gonna be in House of the Dragon, but not as who you think.
So he's not a Targaryen.
Yeah, he's not a Targaryen. Apparently he's a Hightower. Like a
Targaryen.
Yeah, I thought was
his hair.
Well, he has Targaryen face.
He has Targaryen face. He has Targaryen vibe. Like he's such a Targaryen, but apparently he's gonna be a Hightower. But yeah, Freddie Fox, who is apparently, do you know his cousin? Yeah,
Vivica Fox.
How are there so many Foxes? No, Lawrence Fox.
Oh,
do you know Lawrence Fox is the UK?
The bad person.
The bad person, yes, apparently.
Yeah.
I didn't know this. I was listening to an episode of Slow Horses and Obiora mentioned it on our podcast. I did not know that either. So Slow Horses. I think that my Slow Horses quickly is that the commentary is there if you want to, like James just mentioned, and even just things about just the corruptness of politicians and everything. Like this season, we find out that like the Home Secretary picked a particular company to do the Tiger team because like he's invested. Like all of that is there if you want it, but also if you don't care about that, it's just a very fun show. Like if you want to turn off your brain and just enjoy it, you can do that. I just really, really,
thriller.
Yeah, just really enjoy it. And then Apple is really invested in this show. My Apple just keep on doing it.
Yeah.
Gary Oldman has basically said that he's retiring and he'll just do this as long as he wants to, as long as they will allow him to do it. Essentially, like he can just do this for the rest of his life. Apple, at the point of recording, they've already actually you see this if you've watched the season. They put a trailer for season 4 already, like they normally do. So they've already shot season 4.
Oh, really?
They'll probably because that's how they do it. They just always the trailers are always there, every season. They will probably shoot season 5 sometime early next year. Like they probably just shoot every 3 or 4 months. No, every 6 months shoot for like 2 or 3 months. So yeah, I guess for as long as they want to. Hugo Weaving is in season 4.
What?
Yeah.
You're Yoruba brother.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Crazy.
A British man born in Ibadan in 1960. What were you doing in Ibadan in 1960? Why were you in Ibadan in 1960? Eh? Mr. and Mrs. Weaving. Why?
We're doing what needed to be done.
So probably teaching.
Ooh, that's the best possible explanation.
Jesus Christ! Why are you so? That was very optimistic.
That's so optimistic. That sounds so nice.
A whole heart, like that was a heartfelt answer. Like, that was very
my god! I can tell you several other things that they might have been doing themselves teaching. But anyway, yeah, Hugo Weaving is in season 4. The trailer of season 4 looks great.
Is Hugo Weaving related to Samantha Weaving?
No, it's not. I don't think so.
Ooh.
I think it's Samira Weaving, isn't it?
Oh yeah, what about her?
Although I'm not seeing a resemblance, and I'm thinking about them.
Guy, chill,
I don't think they're related.
Oh my god. Okay.
Okay. My number 4 is.
Oh yeah, his sorry, go on.
No, say what you're gonna
say. Hugo Weaving was born.
It's our uncle.
He's our uncle.
He's our uncle.
Oh,
yeah, because I was like, I say resemblance now that you guys mentioned. No, I didn't think so, but now, yeah.
Hugo Weaving was born on the 4th
Nepo
of
baby.
April, 1960 at the University of Ibadan Teaching Hospital in Ibadan, Nigeria, to English parents. He's the son of Anne Leonard, a tour guide and former teacher, and Wallace Weaving, a seismologist who met as students at the University of Bristol. Yeah, so I guess both of his parents were academics.
Okay, I guess that was their cover.
Yeah.
We know what they were really doing. We've watched Slow Horses. Okay, number 4 is a hit that came out in January. And I didn't think it was still on my list till the end, but yeah, it's The Last of Us. We had 2 episodes appear in our top 5 2 weeks ago. TMT picked episode 3, Eyo picked episode 1. I really, really liked the episode. How many? Is it a 10-episode season?
Don't remember.
But the episode before, the penultimate episode, I think that's the episode where like Ellie becomes a killer. Essentially, that episode with the cult society. I really like that episode as well. And also the flashback episode. Is it not the same episode? The flashback episode with Ellie and what's her name? Rue's sister from Euphoria.
Is it Riley?
I was talking about her real name, like the actor's name.
I don't remember her name either. But yeah, Rue's sister, yeah.
Rue's sister, yeah. I mean, so I think this is a show that, I mean, when you see video game adaptation, you're like, oh wow, this is gonna be good. But then it has Craig Mazin, it has HBO attached, and you're just like, yeah, give it to me. I expect Pedro Pascal, Bella Ramsey. So like, yeah, I really, really enjoyed like most people on earth, I enjoyed The Last of Us. I don't have any like in-depth take to give about it. It came out 12 months ago. I just really enjoyed it. I'm excited for season 2. I don't want to know anything about the games, just I just want to find out everything from the show. Hey, you bought the game, right? Like the first one.
Played it. No, yeah.
But you can play the first one because I think they finished with the first one.
Yeah, I'm not gonna though.
Fair. I think most everybody's happy with it. Like TV fans like us, video game fans are happy with the adaptation.
Also, sorry, correction. I didn't buy the game. It was a free download.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So I downloaded like 3 games I'm never gonna play. It was Last of Us, Insomnia, and no, not Insomnia.
Not the James Lockup, not the Shia LaBeouf film.
No, this is Last of Us. The one where the guy has like electricity powers. I forget what it's called.
Oh, Infamous.
Electro.
Yes, that one. Not the one you said, Banky. The one TMT said. And I also downloaded Spider-Man. But yeah, I'm not gonna play any of those games.
Well, you played Spider-Man.
Yeah, but like the Miles Morales one.
What, 2?
Yeah.
You downloaded 2 for free.
That's not 2.
No, not 2. The first one.
Miles Morales is like 1.5.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know there was this specific one. Okay. Number 3 is Barry. Look, Barry was my number 3 last year as well. I love Barry. We spoke about Barry 2 weeks ago. Bill Hader came into the show as a not random, but like a funny guy from SNL that did voices and did Stefan, and he left as one of the greatest upcoming cinematic voices. Like, everybody's in line for his next movie. He's a great director on the show. The writing is incredible. The characters are great. It examines lots of terrible people. Go watch Barry. Please go watch Barry. It's really funny. I'm not going to go through Barry again. We covered Barry the entire season. Barry? He doesn't know.
I've seen season 1.
I haven't watched any of it. I don't think I will, though.
I thought you watched season 1 a year.
No.
I have a question.
Yeah.
If Bill Hader was a singer, what kind of singer would he be? What kind of voice would he have?
Blues, like Otis Redding.
What kind of voice would he have?
I think R&B.
Baritone.
Guys, where's the soundboard when we need it?
Right.
Tomato.
Thank you.
Okay, my number 2. I'm going to give you guys a chance to talk about it because okay. This is it now. This is it. Number 2 and 1.
Yeah.
You know what they are. You know what they are. My number 2 is The Bear. There were points in watching The Bear when I messaged Eyo and I was like, I have the chance to do the funniest thing ever when I do my top 10. And this decision was not easy. But you guys talk about season 2 of The Bear because obviously Chinasa, Afolabi and I spoke about it last week. Talk about season 2 of The Bear. We all spoke about The Bear season 1. We all love Bear season 1. And yeah, what do you guys think about season 2? What do you have to say about season 2?
I loved everything about it. Although there was one thing I didn't love.
What didn't you love?
I loved everything about it. I don't know. I don't like the way they characterized Claire Bear.
Yeah, same.
Okay, no.
She was lovely.
I don't think the characterization is bad.
I don't think it's bad either.
I think it's everybody that is projecting.
Choice. I think it was a choice, but
what's the choice? What's the choice?
To make her seem perfect.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So not that she's bad.
No, not that she's
because
bad.
the audience thinks she's a bad character. The audience hated her.
No, I didn't hate her. I just felt like it's a bit thin. But I think that was the point. Right? I think that was the point.
Yeah, I thought she was cool.
No, okay, if that was your answer, yeah, because I watched The Bear slightly late because it came out during that period of Succession, so I was busy doing the episodes. But I saw on Twitter that people were against Claire, and it made no sense to me because I just felt like, you're right. If anything, she was perfect. She was not like an annoying girlfriend character.
She was just a bit perfect, and in a show where everybody is so like.
I don't think she was.
Yeah, but obviously flawed.
She was just,
but we did not.
We
didn't see her
adjusted. That's all.
Yeah, but we didn't see her in her medical ward. Maybe when she's at work, she's a maniac.
Okay.
Maybe we only saw her when she was with the person that she liked.
Everybody else was a maniac all the time. Whether we saw them when they love people or whether they don't love people, they were a maniac.
Yeah. But again, also
that was the only thing that I didn't really like about it. It just felt like a bit of a thin character, and maybe for me, I'm reading it as an artistic choice to like show Kami making a decision to self-destruct, even when there's no reason. Like,
if he can't make it with this person.
Thank you. I didn't like that. That felt like a choice. It didn't feel like the character. Yeah.
Wait, what?
He's talking self-destruction. Yeah. Self-destructing. I mean, I felt like it was always going to happen.
That was 100% the character. He did not call her his girlfriend because he was the girl that was his friend. Why do you think that was not in character with him?
I don't know. I just felt like Kami works very hard. He's very focused, and even in his relationship, he was just like into it. Like, tell me what triggered him to say those things, do those things. Well, he was fucking up and he forgot to fix the freezer door, so he got stuck in the freezer. Next thing, he's lambasting this woman that he actually cares about. Like, it doesn't.
Well, he wasn't talking to her. He was thinking out loud to Tina.
Yeah,
and he was like, "I've been distracted.
Yeah, still.
I have been, instead of fixing the fridge, I am thinking about shit like love and this girl that I like." And I mean, like, the show was very heavy-handed. He's literally about to call the fridge guy, and Claire calls him.
Yeah,
and he freezes. Like, it wasn't subtle.
Making it clear that he was getting distracted, and people have been telling him, "Oh man,
yeah, like she says it. Sid says it like 3 or 4 times during the season. Like, I need you here. I have nothing against Claire, but I just need you focused.
Even
I have,
Uncle,
yeah,
was it Carmine?
Yeah, it was like, well, you're fucked.
Yeah.
I thought it was quite heavy-handed the way they handled that, but like I didn't think.
Well, I didn't think it was okay.
Character.
I mean, we can use the heavy-handed in a. I'm
Yeah.
using it in a
I mean,
pejorative way.
not
Yeah.
in, like, not in a pejorative way. Like, it's
just not so
it
too.
was very clear that that's what they were trying to do.
Exactly.
Trying
Yeah.
to say.
How do you guys think season 3 starts?
I was thinking about this when I rewatched it. Like, there's a chance season 3 starts like as calm, he just exiled.
Really?
Like, not exiled as in like, but he's just like, he's not even in the kitchen. And obviously that's not going to happen, but like, they're like, we can basically do this without you. I don't think that's the case. I don't think they can do it without him. But like, that finale shows that they're able to like put it together while he's stuck in the fridge.
Yeah, I think season 3 starts with like them giving him grace, because he's given them a lot of grace.
Oh yeah.
I think it's going to start with him just being an island, essentially. Just like he's working in the kitchen, but it's just all business with everything. And
I mean,
I think that makes sense. That's probably how it would start. Yeah.
That's kind of one of my example. Because like I said this to Eyo, and I said this on an episode last week, but like, this show is the best depiction and examination of creativity I have watched since Whiplash. And I think there are so many, like the comparisons are there. Like, Claire is the Melissa Benoist character from Whiplash, where he's like, I want to be great, and I'm not going to be great with you by my side. I like you, but like you can be like, what did Andrew had no reason to break up with Melissa's character, just that like it was like, I need to focus and I need you out of my life to do that. Obviously in this case, to Kwame being stuck in the fridge, trying to like, okay, Claire, you might have to go. But like Miles Teller's character, just like, yeah, I can't be best with you by my side. I just can't. So I think it's the same thing. I think, and I just like, I mean, listen to my episode last week. I just talked about the creativity, but like, it made sense to me. It was one of the things that like, I was like, I hope this doesn't happen, but like, Tommy's not gonna like,
it was
settle down.
It was always going to happen.
Like, in the first try. Come on.
It was always going to happen.
And he knows it too. He gives her a wrong number because he knows that he cannot do this.
No, I hear what you guys are saying. 100%. I agree.
I love the bear. I think I think it's such a testament to how good your number one show is.
Yeah.
Was this season.
Yeah.
That the bear wasn't the best show on TV this year.
What's your number one show?
Surprise. No, but like
surprise.
Because there are points when I'm watching season 2. About what?
Oh, this would not make sense to you guys because you guys are not on TikTok.
Yeah, we're not. Let's just forget about it.
Yeah, that's
I think there are points when I'm watching season 2 when I was messaging you, I was just like, the best, every episode of The Bear is the best episode of TV this year. Yeah. Every time I just kept on watching the episode. And I think that was when I did Fishes and Forks. I was like, every episode is just the best episode of TV I've seen this year. But my number one is a show that like, I don't think it'll be a surprise. I think what will be the surprise to you guys is how much I struggled with this number 1 and 2. Like, you guys might think, oh, obviously Bankole is going to put Succession as number 1, but like, I struggled. It wasn't that obvious for me, man. There are points where I was going to put The Bear as number 1, but Succession is my number 1. The final season of Succession, the show created by Jesse Armstrong in 2019? No, I think it was 18.
It was 18.
It was 18. I've spoken about Succession. We spoke about it last 2 weeks ago when we did the thing. Does anyone have any final thing to say about Succession that we haven't covered before?
Pour one out for a real one, man. I really hope we have another show that can reach the heights that Succession reached.
As in quality-wise?
Quality-wise, yeah.
Hopefully we will. I think it
was so fresh. I remember watching the first season because I binged it. I watched 9 episodes. I was off sick, and that's not like I was sick. I couldn't walk to work. I couldn't walk because I injured my ankle playing basketball. So I stayed at home for the day and I watched Succession. It was honestly one of the best days of my life.
I think you told me at episode 8.
Yeah.
And you're like, Bankole Succession. I was like, oh, the show about the board, people in the boardroom, I've seen the posters. And it was a show that, like, again, it was one of those shows that we know when shows are coming out. We know when and about like I did not know the show. I was like, oh, that's a show. And episode 8, you're like, Bankole Succession. And obviously I've told the story several times. I watched the first episode, loved it. Watched the second, I was like, And then it took me like a couple of weeks. And then I went back and watched the whole thing. And I was like, oh, yeah. So like, I didn't go into Succession like immediately the first time I watched it. But yeah, I mean, there'll definitely be something. I mean, it might be The Bear. It might already have it.
It's already on TV. I mean, we need more. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, I'm there was a hole. I can't remember what had come out, but there was a hole when Succession came out that it failed. I don't know why it just ended because it wasn't Breaking Bad. That's too early for Breaking Bad. That's too late for Breaking Bad. Terry. What do you mean? No. I mean when Succession first came out, like when it first came out. Yeah.
I thought you meant this year.
No. There was a hole that it was like there was a show that we're kind of like simple like what's gonna be the next great show, and then I can't remember what just ended.
I think it was Game of Thrones because Game of Thrones ended the year after. And that was
I think it was Game of Thrones, yeah.
That was when Succession started to pick up, just in terms of...
Makes sense. And then we thought it was going to be Westworld taking up the baton from Game of Thrones. And Succession just came up and was like, fuck you. So maybe that might be the thing. We think it's The Bear. Obviously, I don't think The Bear is going to have the same fall that Westworld did. But we think it's The Bear that's going to pick up the baton, and then another show is just going to... Somebody's out there creating a show, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, this season was immense. I think it was as good. I think, was it this season when I was like, I think I finished watching the finale. No, I finished watching America Decides, and I messaged Banky. I was like, Banky, I'm gonna watch The Sopranos because I think we need to start a dialogue. I think
it enters my Mount Rushmore. I think we need obviously this is just a bias, and I haven't seen Sopranos.
You don't need.
I haven't finished The Wire. I haven't actually been to Mount Rushmore. But even when I finish The Wire, I need to make my top 4. I'm sorry. Like Better Call Saul and Veep are stuck in my top 4. They're just there. So not Better Call Saul, Breaking Bad. I think Better Call Saul at points better than Breaking Bad, but just because Breaking Bad it's the leader, so I'll put that there.
Breaking Bad.
Yeah. So Breaking Bad and Veep are like the constants in my top 4. Mount Rushmore is 4 presidents, right?
It is.
Yeah. And then Succession, maybe recency bias were like, fuck man.
It's there, man. I need to watch Sopranos, but bro,
I'll take again what somebody, I'll plagiarize what somebody said. It had the dramatic highs of Breaking Bad and the comedic highs of Veep. I don't know what you're gonna do with a show like that, man. How do you not respect a show like that? Like it just did it.
We should have a Nigerian analogy for Mount Rushmore,
though.
Mount Kilimanjaro, but it's just one mountain.
Yeah.
It's a Kilimanjaro.
No, I didn't mean to say Kilimanjaro.
That is not even Nigeria. Maybe
that's why I said I didn't mean to say it.
Maybe the statues Rochas did in Imo State. That's what we can use.
Yeah, or those 3 like elders in Lagos. I don't know if you've seen that statue of those 3 men.
Oh, I know the one.
Yeah, they all look like Tinubu somehow. He actually just looks like a statue. It's not like they all look like.
Can I just? What about the tower in Loyola? That's for the 5 people that are listening that went to Loyola.
That's a school.
And that's also just one tower.
Mm-hmm.
It's one school.
So just one.
I don't like that, Banky. Anyway, Succession, I think might be top 5 shows of all time.
What would that be your top 2? 1 and 2?
Yeah, definitely. I think Succession, then The Bear, but it's very, very tight between the 2 of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's funny. Like, I said in the last time we talked about The Bear, like most of my people don't watch it. It's very scary because I've been begging them to, but I guess they don't trust you.
Like, what are you doing? One of my friends, I pushed him to watch The Bear, and I think halfway
physically.
No, not
sitting down, like open your eyes, sit down there, don't start up until you finish season 1.
Do you know what's funny? Like this guy, the minute he starts watching something, he falls asleep. So I might have to physically force him to watch stuff.
Yeah.
I was once in his house. We're waiting for food to come. We said, okay, put on this 15-minute YouTube documentary or something. This guy was asleep within 5 minutes. It was 6 p.m. Why are you sleeping? What's going on, bro?
These are power naps, executive decisions.
Anyways, I pushed him to watch The Bear, and I think halfway through the first episode, he was like, "Yeah, he had to stop. Like, it was too chaotic." I was like,
it's very chaotic.
I haven't seen anything. We have not even begun to chaos.
But like the first episode is very chaotic. Don't underestimate how chaotic that start is.
That's fair. That's fair.
Like later, at least you're already used to that stuff with Richie and the guys. It's just you're like, what am I watching? I don't even know what's worse. People that have not watched The Bear, people that have watched The Bear and like
ambivalent.
Yes, they're not like, I'm like, you need more energy about this show. You don't just talk about the show as if it's a random sitcom. No. I need more from you.
How about people that haven't watched Terminal List? Right?
Those are
like
all well-adjusted individials. They're living their best lives.
Like they are better for it.
I just downloaded
no free ads. No free ads. TMT. Like,
if you think Nike are litigious, wait till you see Bezos.
Okay.
My laptop.
But that's my top 10. I'll go over it again just quickly. My number 10 is Jury Duty, Amazon Freevee. Hijack is my number 9 on Apple TV Plus. Dave on FX or Disney Plus is my number 8. Number 7 is Daisy Jones and the Six on Amazon Prime Video. Number 6 is Marvelous Mrs. Maisel on Amazon Prime Video. Number 5 is Slow Horses on Apple TV Plus. Then The Big Boys Come to Town. Number 4 is Last of Us HBO. Number 3 is Barry HBO. Number 2 is The Bear FX or Disney Plus. And number 1 is HBO. Succession HBO.
It's just HBO. Number 1 is just HBO.
HBO. To be fair, only 3 HBO shows this year. That was a bit less.
But they were all in your top 4.
They're all in my top 4, yes.
And then you had 2
Fuck
FX, 2 Apple TV Plus, 2 Prime.
Yeah. Oh, 3 Prime actually include Jury Duty.
I'm not including it.
But yeah, okay. It's Amazon Free. But yeah. And yeah.
Interesting.
They're a bit more spread out last day, actually.
That is definitely a bit spread out. I wasn't expecting that. So no Netflix, no interesting.
Well, okay, shows that I haven't seen that might have made it. Some Beef is a show that I haven't seen on Netflix that might have made it, but I haven't seen it.
Beef doesn't make it. Keep going.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, it's
I don't know.
Good.
Let me see let me check my full my top 20 and see if there's any Netflix.
House of the
No. That was last year. Oh, You was in my top 22.
Oh.
I enjoyed the season of You.
Thank you. I enjoyed the season of You too.
Oh, thank you. But that's really Netflix actually. Shit.
Well, if I was making a top 10 for this year, I would have had one Netflix show and it didn't come out this year. And that is, drum roll please, Haunting of Hill House. Y'all go watch Haunting of Hill House.
Oh my god.
This is a hill I'm gonna die on.
Hill House? Yeah, I don't know. Gen V was my top 22.
I didn't hate House of Usher.
I really liked House of Usher. I don't think it makes my top 10, but I really liked it.
Yeah, it doesn't make my top 20, but I enjoyed it.
It might make my top 20, but that just might be because I'm a Flanistan now, and I watched it after watching Hill House. So I was like, man, this guy cooking, man. This guy cooking. He's cooking.
Do you want to know a show that made my top 22, but didn't make my top 10? And like, I know why it wasn't. It was never close to make my top 10.
What was it?
Yellow Jackets.
That's fair. Do you know,
I think those final 2 episodes just really soured me.
Yeah.
You know, I've tried really hard. Like, I've tried 2 times now to get into that show, and I just can't hack it.
Watch the show.
Even season 1.
Yeah, watch the show. I can't. I recommend that show. I don't like.
It doesn't do anything for me.
Oh, it does so much.
How far have you gone though?
Like the first 2 episodes, I'm just like, fuck this shit.
And you're not in love with Melanie Linsky yet?
I mean, I love.
You don't want to see a. Yeah, no, continue. You don't want to see like a group of kids in a plane crash, how they survive in the woods.
No.
There's all sorts, man. There's like teenage angst. There's juju. It's a fucking wild time, man. Let's go.
It's a wild time. And I was a bit down on the final 2 episodes, but like I said, it still make my top 22. So
that's
like
fair.
even with those 2 episodes.
When I was thinking about my top 5 episodes for this season, I got to like Yellow Jackets. I was like, is there any episode of Yellow Jacket that
would have been the feast episode for me?
It would have been the feast episode.
It would have been the feast episode. Because I thought about it as well. Gemstones, I was a bit not fully hyped on this season. Righteous Gemstones.
That's fair.
Yeah. Loki was my top 22. Very, very good season. Yeah. Rain Dogs is a show that I just couldn't put my top 10 because it's so depressive, but it's a really good show. It's well made. It's a show that I think anybody saw. That's HBO / BBC.
I didn't see it.
Yeah. I don't expect you to see that show.
I think the best show that people don't really watch is Our Flag These Days.
That's a show that like I'm just okay. Like I don't understand. There's so much hype, and there's so much online hype about that show.
That show is brilliant. I'm sorry.
Like a lot. I appreciate it. I enjoy it, but I'm not like, I think as I enjoy it, I'm not like going to tweet about it, which is I guess a different thing.
How about
like
War Within the Shadows?
Never seen. I do want to see.
You should watch
yeah,
it.
no, I do. I agree. Yeah, because that show routinely appears on everybody's top 10 lists, like routinely on whatever. So yeah, I've never seen it. I do want to see it. Okay. Any shows you guys want to shout out before we wrap up? I think you guys have basically done that
we're
already.
talking about it. It was only Shrinking that I really wanted to shout out, but we've done that already.
Yeah.
What's Ted
Can I just shout out?
Final season this year?
Yeah, it was.
Wow. And you didn't talk about it. Interesting.
Would he have made your top 10?
No, but
yeah,
you were in love with the man, so.
Which man? Ted Lasso?
Yeah.
When was I in love with Ted Lasso?
Let's wrap it up. Let's wrap it up.
Like a Lasso.
No. I mean, I am a lot warmer on this season than everybody else apparently. Yeah. So I enjoyed this season. I liked some of the risks they took. It never hit the highs of season 1, obviously, but that like can't hold that against it. But yeah, again, it's just like, I guess you could. Yeah, just it wasn't a top 10 show for me, definitely, but I like it was definitely in the
Maroon 5 of TV shows.
It was definitely in the yes column. Please explain.
You already know what I mean. I don't.
No, I don't. I don't know what you mean.
Like yeah, Maroon 5 came out, best album, actually great music, and then super popular after that, and just never hit the highs of the first album.
Wow. Well, I mean, that's so many shows though.
Yeah. Oh, I think so.
They start making bad music?
The second season.
It wasn't bad. No.
Okay.
It was just different and not as good.
To the first one.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah. No,
I think there's a run. Yeah, I think so. Professional again is just like, again, it was novelty. Like that's a show that we thought was good. We knew was going to be bad, and then we went there and we're like, what? Why are you not bad?
So good.
Yeah. Poker Face is a show that I wanted to shout out as well. I really enjoyed Poker Face, Natasha Lyonne, Ryan Johnson. Can I just shout out Abbott Elementary just for existing, man? Speaking of sitcoms, like that's just like I couldn't figure out how to put an end to this thing because like half of the season came out this year. It didn't work logistically, but like just consistently good 20 minutes of fun.
Fair. So I still haven't watched season 2, so
yeah.
Oh wow.
I will get to it.
I've seen like 10 episodes, maybe 9,
maybe 8. Okay, are we good? Any final stuff?
No, you have all my thoughts.
Thank you. Now I'm going to feed them to AI.
I'm hungry.
I am hungry too.
Go eat your effort.
Guys, thank you very much for this very rare early morning recording.
It is a point.
Into the early afternoon, actually.
What did I do?
Yes, I go eat your effort.
Isn't that what you're going to eat?
Okay. Guys, thank you for listening. This is probably the last episode in our wrap up of the year.
Only guys are listening, no girls.
That was a gender neutral, guys. But guys and girls, thank you for listening.
Bye.
What about the non-binary people?
Oh yeah, I'm hungry.
Sorry. Thank you for listening, everybody.
Everyone, thank you for listening. Please rate and subscribe. Please subscribe to our newsletter on our website. The link is in the description. And yeah, I don't know what we're doing next month. I'm sure we're doing stuff. We're probably covering stuff. And yeah, thank you very much. Thank you, TMT. Thank you, Eyo. Love you guys for coming back. I'm sure we'll House of the Dragon industry. No, love you guys for coming back. Not love you.
Okay.
Guys, two different things.
I'm taken.
Unlike TMT, I don't have best friends.
I need to go and eat, you motherfucker.
It's good. Thank you very much, guys. And join us next week. I'll be joined by Daniel Kalia. Bye, guys.
You won't. Stop saying that. I'm hungry. I'm hungry.
Oh, bye, guys.
All right. See ya.
I